Hello, everyone. This is Crota giving you another or a game, my third game for today, with a different style, and less play by play, and a little bit more strategy. Let me know what you guys think. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Actually, thumbs up if you like it. Don't thumbs me down. That kind of rains on my parade. Actually, it doesn't. I'm not emo like that. Anyways, let's get into this game. We have Grubby spawning on the bottom left-hand side as the green Protoss here on Crevasse. Meanwhile, Satiini, I'm not sure if he's still part of Virus or not, Satiini spawning as the light blue Terran on the bottom right-hand side of Crevasse. Crevasse, one of those maps, all the spawning locations are in the corner. There is a high ground expansion, on the inside of your base that also has a rich Vespene geyser. So different strategies are optionable here, especially because of this high ground expansion. I've seen players purposely build their command center or nexus here, doing a fast expansion, and then getting their first assimilator refinery here in order to get better returns on their early gas. We are going to have a scouting probe now making its way out by Grubby. Grubby scouting. Will he be scouting in the correct direction? Still not quite sure. Yes, he will be scouting in the counterclockwise direction, finding his opponent. His opponent, Satiini, opting to go for a standard barracks and also a standard refinery. So instead of trying to use anything that, or try to do a specific build on Crevasse, he is doing a pretty just tried and true build. A barracks, a 12 barracks, a 13 gas. SCV now making its way over, trying to delay. You can see Grubby now being forced to pull away with this one particular probe, now battling it out against a new fresh SCV, as this one probe will just be forced to wander around in between these two locations here. SCVs of Satiini scouting out in the wrong direction. It will be a little bit of time before it finds anything at all, as this one particular probe tries to deal even more damage to some more scout or harvester SCVs. Only 2 harvesters by Satiini, so I don't know if that's on purpose or on accident. He will end up delaying his factory if he's trying to go for a factory after the supply depot, just because of the lack of harvesters. This one probe now will be returning home. The SCV of Satiini, realizing the timing on this one particular probe early on, knows that the SCV, or knows pretty much where exactly Grubby has spawned. Cybernetics core about to be completed. We should see a chrono boosted stalker coming out in just a moment, as we are now getting a tech lab concussive shells, and it looks like this was on purpose. In order to maximize the mineral count, he only has 2 harvesters on gas. But then again, he's only training Marauders, so Marauders are not that gas intensive, so this will work out well for him. He should be able to build up another command center soon, if that's what he's trying to go for. And yes, there is going to be another command center up here on the high ground, and now also adding in some Reaper play as well. One probe now trying to push its way in, gonna get forced to turn around. There is, however, a stalker now, and the Marauder gonna come up from the high ground, and this is gonna double team this one stalker. That stalker is gonna get destroyed, but I believe the stalker is gonna get destroyed, and now only the Marauder is going to completely leave this battle unscathed. An SCV and a Marine traded for a Stalker and a Probe. A nice trade for Satiini. And now Grubby is going to be forced to perhaps try to place down some force fields in order to wall off from his opponent. Reaper now being added as well, and this is going to be very, very dangerous for Grubby. Grubby, yeah, he needs to get another stalker. He cannot just go mass sentries. I'm sure that's what he would have wanted to do originally, but the Reaper would have been able to run around on the inside of his base so well. The Reaper now up on the high ground, taking a look, sees that there is no expansion, and that Reaper getting all that information without being spotted. But now Grubby is moving in, and it looks like he will be placing down that expansion. But Satiini just needed to know the timing, knows that his expansion is about 1.5 minutes faster than his opponent's. He will be able to get this refinery up and also upgrade to an orbital command rather quickly as well. Reaper now coming back in. The Reaper is spotted, the sentries and the stalkers, and they're gonna go ahead and shut it down. The Reaper is now caught in a very dangerous situation. There is that force field there. Observer able to reveal up onto that high ground, and now Grubby denying that additional scouting. Very, very nice. An observer will be flying its way off onto this side, setting up a Ghost Academy here. It almost looked like a refinery on the minimap. It is not a refinery. It is a Ghost Academy in order to get those EMP shockwaves and to really deny any scouting information or deny the energy on from these sentries. 4 sentries now in position here. There is this proxy pylon which was already set up some time ago. And now reinforcements should be quickly coming, as you can now see 2 gateways with a 3rd gateway now being added. Grubby, though, doesn't have that large of an army, so if he tries to siege his opponent here, he may find out that he's going to have a very, very difficult time. He does have Guardian Shield, so that will definitely benefit him. As you can see that the Observer was scouted out and destroyed without that additional all-important information from what's happening on that high ground. I do not think that Grubby should be trying to walk up that ramp. A Ghost now getting in some damage. The Ghost having a very, very good range. And nice force field by Grubby. And that was absolutely huge, capturing a Ghost. And Grubby was like, I will take that free 300 resource unit and shut it down. So nicely done by Grubby. Grubby realizing, though, that his opponent does have Ghosts. He cannot really push in at this time. And now opting to destroy these destructible rocks. These rocks take a long time to get destroyed by sentries. A very, very long time, as the sentries only deal, 3 damage a second. So I think that's actually the slowest damage per second out of any of the 2 food units, as the Zealots are now coming in to take these down. Wait, the destructible rocks, yeah, these rocks have 3 armor. Sometimes the rocks have 0 armor. Very, very difficult to say. These rocks will get destroyed, and a base will be established here with only 1 Vespene Geyser, though. He does not want to expand into the direction of his opponent, instead taking this expansion here, which does have 2 Vespene Geysers as well. Now, Marines and Marauders... Sorry, no Marauders, just mass Marines with a Ghost Satiini. I'm not really sure what he's trying to transition into right now. He has a lot of Marines. He should be getting up that starport and getting a reactor down in just a moment. Yeah, he should be getting the reactor down in just a moment. There it is. There's that starport. So we may start to see some actual Marine Marauder drop play now. But Satiini getting very lucky that his opponent has not gone for Colossi or didn't go into any early Colossi at this point. Level 1 weapons upgrade coming in. Sentries and Zealots also in the group as well. The Twilight Council is now being warped in, so we may have some Templars. The Templars, however, will take a little bit of time, as they need 75 energy and Psystorm in order to be effective against this massive bio army that Satiini is just trying to go into. We are now going into double starport, double reactor play. Perhaps he's going to start training up some Vikings as well, assuming that his opponent is going to be going for Colossi. So, yes, we are, however, going into Psystorm. The Ghost Academy will determine, and that that Ghost Academy caster micro will determine who will really be the victor. Psystorm does so much damage to Bio, since Bio units have such low hit points and they group up together, doing massive, massive amounts of damage. Meanwhile, the Ghost trying to go against a High Templar, snipe versus feedback. I don't want to get into a balance issue, but I do think that, or a balance discussion, but I do think whoever has a better micro in a Ghost versus a High Templar battle should be the victor, and right now I think that is the case. Sentries, Stalkers, Zealots now making their way out. Mobius Reactor coming online. There is that Templar Archives that I have been discussing. There is a lot of gas being harvested, and now Grubby could easily transfer and just get even more gas here. That's really what he needs to do, as he is now warping in some High Templars, getting in some Archons. So going for those early Archons with a range of 5. Sorry, excuse me, range of 4, much, much more effective now. You can see the weapons damage, and they have range of 3. Did they have a range of 2 in the past? Perhaps they had a range of 2, and I've been giving them an additional range on accident, thinking that they're roaches. Yeah, so a range of a slight range of 3, that is going to definitely help out, but those Archons are definitely weak to EMP Shockwave. They take a lot. They lose 100 shields per attack. We are going to get some High Templars now, but we still do not have Psystorm research, so I'm not quite sure why he's not merging those into Archons. He could have started that research out much sooner. Now sitting on 200, now getting even more Archons. So this is going to be mass Archons instead. Marines and Marauders now pushing in. One Zealot gonna get sniped down here. Excuse me. And no blink on any of those Stalkers, as we are now going into 6 Ghost. Massive Ghost play, meaning that Satiini is going to be able to absolutely destroy all of those Archons very easily. Destructible rocks will get taken down here. It looks like the Zealots are keeping track of those rocks right now. We'll be able to see if those rocks are destroyed. One Marine now trying to bake his way over. Zealot charge has been completed. Psystorm finally being added. It needs to be chrono boosted out. Is it being chrono boosted? Yes, I do believe so. Another expansion now being established by both sides. One Zealot running straight into this massive bio army. Another Zealot running straight in, and this is no good at all. 9 Ghosts. Are we gonna... Oh, one High Templar getting... And now just massive snipe. Nice battle there. EMP Shockwave coming in as well. Is that High Templar gonna get a Psystorm? Oh, another feedback onto more Ghosts. So feedback versus snipe. Who is coming out as the victor? Another EMP Shockwave only hitting one of those High Templars. The radius on feedback was great, or sorry, the radius on EMP Shockwave was greatly reduced, and you can now see all of these Ghosts hiding off over here, trying to make sure that they don't get hit by a Psystorm or feedback. That's a very expensive spec op unit right there. So many Ghosts, massive EMP and snipe potential. Archons now are in over here. Scanner sweep. Both sides are revealing. This is going to be really bad play right now. EMP Shockwave hitting multiple units, and now all of those High Templars out of energy, and now going to engage Psystorm. No Psystorm at all. Force fields coming in right behind, and Satiini going to continue this pressure for a lot of forward position, and this is definitely going to help him out very well. In comes some force fields, pretty mis-microed by Grubby, but that is a rather large ramp. And now you're going to see Satiini with a very large army of Marines, Marauders, and Ghosts and Medivacs, how much damage he can really do. You can now see, 6 Ghosts in this army right now. Level 2 armor upgrades, more High Templars once again being added into this group. Will it be enough? As we can see, a very large group of Marauders and Marines gonna shut down and start coming in for the kill. 1-1 upgrades only on this bio army. We have 2-1 upgrades, but those Archons have not really been able to engage at all. They haven't been getting close enough to the battle. More EMP Shockwave. Oh, an EMP Shockwave hitting down a lot of those units. No Observer in that group, and now forcing 2 Archons to be merged once again. Another EMP Shockwave coming in, and wow, Grubby losing and taking a lot of damage there just with massive EMP Shockwaves. But there is a Psystorm, 1 Psystorm in the group. Are we going to get any more Psystorm? It doesn't look like it. Satiini does have a very red bio army. Another Psystorm could greatly change the outcome of this battle, but there I do not see any High Templars. Oh, there is 1 High Templar over here, some High Templars over there as well. This massive bio army, which is very much in the red. This Nexus will get destroyed, as we are now looking to perhaps get a little bit of a flank here. Yeah, again, I have a bit of a flank as their units are now pushing into the main base here. So Grubby going in for the very strong counterattack. Only a couple pylons here as massive EMP Shockwaves. And now Snipe hitting all of those Zealots. In comes the Medivacs as well. The units are going to be coming in from behind, but nice Psystorm in the middle of the field once again. There are still a couple Marauders and Marines preventing any engagement. Archons are trying to finish off the rest of this Ghost army. And now the massive Terran army is sitting at 6,000 minerals, but very low on hit points. Another well-placed Psystorm may be the end of this. You can see 6 High Templars here, 6 Psystorms ready to go. There is 1 Warp Prism. That Warp Prism perhaps should be used for more and more High Templar play. More Zealots are now being warped in as well, but things are not looking good for Grubby at all. He is behind on bases. Now, an EMP Shockwave eating up a little bit of damage there. Zealot going after a Marine, but the Ghost offering some quick support once again. And now the Zealots are going to try to engage. EMP Shockwave not hitting any of those units. As we are now, a nice feedback hitting multiple units, but in comes another EMP Shockwave. Archon now being merged and we can see 3 High Templars back over here. That is going to be very, very important. What is going to be happening? EMP Shockwave, feedback, massive feedback, but now not enough. Ghost now trying to engage, trying to finish this down, and more Psystorm coming in off over here as well. That Bio Army getting dangerously reduced. Archon's going to get some revenge on the rest of these units here, on all of those Ghosts as they get taken down. More High Templars being warped in from behind, but the Archons were destroyed. That was that main damage dealer there. And somehow Grubby, with a smaller army, has been able to hold on and been able to just destroy a lot of his opponent's units. The Marines are now pushing in once again. More Warpins now coming in from the back. Zealots, this massive army, gonna just get simply sacrificed trying to take down the Templar Archives. It does get destroyed. Another one already being warped in. As that one is getting destroyed, the Zealots are now just finishing off that there. We are seeing another massive army in the center here, and Satiini, even though he has more than double his opponent in army, it isn't really, it doesn't really feel that way. Grubby doing a great job so far, and it really has been a battle of Ghost versus High Templars, and no one's been able to get off a critical amount of damage onto each other. In comes some High Templars. Psystorm maybe coming in. There's a Psystorm, picking up and dropping those units again. Another Psystorm. A lot of Ghosts getting destroyed here. Another Psystorm, and this is all absolutely beautiful. Once again, weakening Satiini's army, but the army of Grubby is once again very low. In comes some Guardian Shield. Massive feedback coming in. Archons now being merged once more. Marines trying to fight back over here. More EMP Shockwave. Zealots now pushing in. 2 Archons are going to be... that's all they wrote. If Grubby will be able to fight back against this army here, but I believe Satiini has too much. In comes the Archons. Archons trying to push in. Archons do not attack all that quickly, and especially without any shield upgrades. Those Archons melting away at the Marines and those Marauders, and there's the GG. Well played by Grubby. So Grubby losing to Virus Satiini here on Crevasse. It really turned into a Ghost versus High Templar play. I think there was a couple early critical battles where Grubby was then trying to pick back his way, trying to regain some momentum, but Satiini always had an army advantage, always had a lot of Ghosts, and with that just continued to try to push. As he slowly pushed, he never let Grubby get back into the game under his full force, and I think that's how Satiini won. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.